Welcome to this bat rep. It's going to be story driven. Basically this is the layout. There's a town here, sleepy little town, that the Dark Eldar have decided they're going to come in and raid and take back slaves and loot to Camarah. However, unbeknownst to the Dark Eldar, the town has been taken over by the Tau for the greater good, and they lay in wait to ambush the Dark Eldar. The special rules for this: the Dark Eldar will be coming in from this side. They can only enter between the mountain ranges, and the Tau I've set up in the town here. This fence line is going to give a 5+ cover save. The special rules: the Tau are fearless because they're protecting their town. They have hatred in their deployment zone, and then they have preferred enemy against everyone within 12 inches of this big obelisk, which we're just calling a Tau sacred shrine. So Dark Eldar Tau will deploy in the normal fashion. Dark Eldar have to come in. First turn will come in with just their fast attacks, and then per normal reserve rules for everything else, Tau deploy first, and Dark Eldar go first. There is no seize the initiative, but just the Dark Eldar will come in to start the game with their fast attack, who would be the first ones to come in towards the Tau, and the Tau will be waiting in ambush for them. On to the armies. The Dark Eldar are led by Lilith Hesperax with 4 grotesques and a raider. They have the artisan formation with a homunculus, a talus, and a chronos, and the chronos has the spirit siphon, given a +1 to the feel no pain. There are 2 squads of reavers with 2 blasters each, 2 ravagers, a squad of 10 warriors with a splinter cannon and a raider, and another squad of warriors and a raider. All 3 raiders have disintegrator cannons. The ravagers have dark lances, and the raiders have enhanced aether sails. And the homunculus here has a webway portal, so he and his formation can come in without scattering. The Tau, this is my son's second game with Tau, and these are mostly things we've gotten in trades, so they've not been painted or rehabbed. He has 4 different broadsides with a shield and gun drone each, a hammerhead with the missile pods, 10 scouts with a drone with some kind of pulse rifle, I guess, 10 fire warriors, 5 fire warriors with a shield and gun drone, 10 more fire warriors, another squad of 10 pathfinders with a drone, a commander in a crisis suit with a shield and gun drone, and then 2 other crisis suits with shield and gun drones. And that's each 1,500 points of 2 armies. Coming up next, deployment. So Tau deployment, we have a fire warrior gun line right along the picket fence, Tau pathfinders, broadsides with a good view, crisis suits, hammerhead right in the middle, right next to where it can get preferred enemy, more pathfinders, and then more broadsides. Looking right down into all the avenues of approach, the perfect ambush scenario. So the fast attacks come on board turn 1, and there's nothing within range, so we're going to be turbo boosting to try and keep ourselves out of the range of fire as much as possible. So the bike's turbo boosted up to hide behind what little cover they can. They could not get completely out of sight, but should be able to limit the damage with the jinx. So, coming up, Tau, turn 1. So end of turn 1, as you can see, the jet bikes are gone, and here are gone. I made a huge tactical error forgetting that his broadsides had smart missile systems. But it took all his broadsides and his hammerhead and the combined fire of all of his fire warriors to actually take out the jet bikes. So good thing that one of the special rules on this was you can't table on the first turn due to there only being 2 fast attack choices, and that's all that was allowed to come in first turn. If I had remembered about the smart missiles, I would have kept them more than 30 inches away, but I didn't, so they're dead. On to turn 2. Start of turn 2. Lilith and her raider come on, Homunculus and his artisan formation comes on. There are some dead jet bikes. Both Ravagers make it on. One group of warriors comes on, one group of warriors does not. Thank goodness for my Warlord trait that let me re-roll. Dark Eldar turn 2 into the movement phase. Ravager and a raider with warriors moved in from this side, and another Ravager and a raider with Lilith and her grotesque moved in this side. They're 12 inches, and the artisan formation dropped right here in the middle of the Tau lines, and we'll see what that flamer template can do and if they can survive, if that 400 point monstrosity can survive to the next turn. So the end of Dark Eldar turn 2 shooting phase. All of the vehicles used their enhanced aether sails to turbo boost up 24 inches and get in position for the next turn. Then the Dark Artisan formation managed to take out 7 Pathfinders and the drone, but could not finish them off between the twin-linked splinter cannons and the Spirit Siphon or Probe, whichever one is the template, Strength 3, AP 3, and then the Homunculus missed with his little Stinger pistol. However, because of the special rules, the Tau are fearless in their deployment zone, so they did not run. That will also negate the fear caused by the Taos and the Chronos. So we'll see if they can survive the next turn. On to Tau turn 2. Alright, end of turn 2, Tau movement phase. His Pathfinder's moved. He knows that they're heavy, but couldn't get a shot where he wanted to go. Those Pathfinders ran away, and his crisis suits moved around to get some better shots at the Dark Artisan formation. Otherwise, he figured out that his railguns had a good shot at a couple of the vehicles, so he's not moving that, and no reason to move the gun lines. So coming up, shooting phase. Alright, Tau shooting. Put everything they had into the artisan formation and could not take them down. The bodyguards took 2 wounds off of the Cronus. This broadside up here took 1 wound off of the Homunculus. Tau fire warriors couldn't do anything to them. All the Pathfinder's marker lit them up, so they were hitting on 2s. Broadside came in. The solid shot hit, and then he rolled a 1 to wound. All of these, the broadsides over here, couldn't do anything additional. All the smart missiles, because they were strength 5, did tons and tons of hits because of the marker lights, but could not roll to wounds, and the few wounds that made it through, the feel no pains came through. Over here, these fire warriors managed to explode this raider, killing 2 of the guys inside, but they are not pinned. And then these 6 fire warriors here managed to take off 1 hull point off of that raider, the one with Lilith. And we realized that there weren't supposed to be 2 drones there. We don't know how they got in there, so there weren't drones. And that is basically it for shooting phase. Artisan formation took a ton of pounding and came through relatively unscathed. One wound left on the Chronos, 2 wounds left on the Homunculus, and the Talus is unscathed. On to Dark Eldar turn 3. Alright, Dark Eldar movement phase. The last raider with the warriors came on. This Ravager just shimmied a little bit in order to be able to get to either the broadside or the hammerhead. This raider moved forward 6 inches and discharged its payload, looking to charge. This Ravager just moved to get in a better line of sight with the hammerhead, and the Talos and the Chronos just got in line to charge the crisis suits. So on to shooting phase. So into the shooting phase, the Chronos and Talos took out 1 bodyguard and 3 drones. Everybody whiffed against the hammerhead. 3 disintegrator cannon shots managed to kill 1 whole fire warrior, and that is all the shooting. Onto the assault phase. The Lilith and her grotesques are going to declare a charge on these fire warriors. The Artisan formation is charging your crisis suits, and these very brave Cavalite warriors are charging these equally brave Tau warriors. Yes, that's going to be humorous. Alright, we had to break in here. These warriors got overwatched to death with 5 dead to the fire warriors overwatch and a grotesque. Now, the Tau commander can't shoot for squat in Overwatch, but the fire warriors shot the crap out of everybody. End of Dark Eldar turn 3, combat phase. The fire warriors and the Cavalite warriors here fought furiously, but didn't manage to hurt each other in the least, so it's still 12 fire warriors and 3 Cavalite warriors. Over here, the grotesques managed to, and Lilith managed to kill 7 of the fire warriors. That was it. Some terrible rolling, and the fire warriors managed to do nothing. Then over here, the Talus and the Chronos, their hammer breath hits did nothing. They managed to take out just 1 of the crisis suits, rolling lots of 1s and 2s. So end of Dark Eldar turn 3, on to Tau turn 3. Right now Tau have first blood, Dark Eldar have line breaker, and that is about all there is. And no one broke because of the fearless within their deployment zone rule for the Tau. So not an unsuccessful turn for the Tau. They did in shooting, they blew up this raider. They put 2 hull points on that raider over there. And then in close combat, Tau beat the Cavalite warriors, killing 1. The warriors ran away and actually lost the initiative roll to the Initiative 2 Tau.
Finally, Initiative 2 did something!
The Grotesque and Lilith way overmatched the Tau over here and then moved forward in their consolidation roll. And this close combat lost a drone and 1 wound off of the commander due to some very good invulnerable saves. So on to Dark Eldar turn 4. End of Dark Eldar turn 4. 2 Ravagers managed to wreck a hammerhead. They took out 5 warriors with shooting. Over here, the Grotesque and Lilith charged and killed 1 broadside. And then over in this combat, they took another wound off the commander and killed a drone, but the commander managed to take that last wound off of the Chronos. So, moving on to Tau, turn 4. End of Tau, turn 4. Wrecked this raider, and then shooting took out 4 of the warriors. Over here on this side, in this close combat, Lilith and her grotesques took out that last broadside and another drone, and 1 more wound off of the commander, and that was it here. Still a tight game. Moving on to Dark Eldar turn 5.
They're tough, but they're squishy.
So very productive Tau turn. Everybody mass fired and took out the Talus, and then put 2 wounds on the grotesques. And did you kill anything else?
No, I didn't care about anything
Nope.
else.
But it took all that was left of his army to take out that Talus and put a couple wounds on a grotesque. And now we're moving on to Dark Eldar turn 6. We rolled and it's a 5, so the game goes on. Just a quick note, here is the Tau dead pile after turn 5 with 1 wrecked vehicle on the field. Dark Eldar has a wrecked vehicle on the field, and then all of this is now dead, including a Talos and a Kronos. So on to Dark Eldar turn 5 movement phase. Okay, into the Dark Eldar movement phase. These warriors move towards these warriors. Lilith and her crew moved this direction. The homunculus split off on his own after his dead Callus and Kronos, after these fire warriors, and then the 2 Ravagers got in line to come after the broadside. The game will probably come down to whether these charges get made or not. End of the Dark Eldar movement phase, turn 6. Warriors heading towards warriors. Grotesques heading towards warriors. Homunculus heading towards warriors, and Ravagers looking to kill a broadside. It all comes down to can they make their charges. And it's, if not, they are all going to be sitting ducks for Tau shooting. So right now the score is almost even. So we will see how it turns out. End of Dark Eldar turn 6. Broadside got killed by the Ravager. 1 Tau died to a Ravager, and then they failed their charge by 1 inch. The homunculus died to Overwatch, and these warriors failed their charge by 1 inch. So now the Tau will complete their slaughter in the shooting phase. End of Tau turn 6. The game does not go on. We're declaring Tau the winner. With their shooting, they managed to take out the 2 grotesques. With the wounds left, they only managed to kill 1 warrior with all their shooting, but as the game is over and they still control most of this sector, we are going to call it a win for the Tau. The Tau have 3 Pathfinders left here, 4 Fire Warriors, 6 Fire Warriors, a bunch more Pathfinders, and a few drones. Dark Eldar are down to just Lilith Hesperax and her grotesque partner, 3 warriors, and 2 Ravagers. So that is the game.